Hey, we got my top 8 favorite shooting guards. And I'm just going to say this, I love doing the favorites list because there is no research required. Number 8, and I kind of feel sorry for how this guy's career went, Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy was cool, man. I need to stop saying cool. Brandon Roy was astonishing. That that playoff performance he had, I think that's what everybody first thinks of. When he dropped like, I don't know, what was it, like 13 points in the fourth quarter or something? Something crazy. I can't remember. I was only a boy when that happened. But I remember watching that. It's still played all the time. Man, how cool would it be if Brandon Roy was on the Blazers right now with Dame and CJ and LaMarcus isn't there, but I'm predicting LaMarcus goes back to Portland soon. And if LaMarcus was there, man, that'd be a squad, man. That'd be a squad. But going on from 8, number 7, Vince Carter. Vince Carter is just a highlight, man. You watch his early days when he's jumping over 7-footers, when he's 360 and in the game. His dunk contest alone deserves top 8 spot for shooting guards. Vince Carter, he can fly, man. You need to put wings on Vince Carter. How easy he just gloats through the air, man. Vince Carter, and he could still do some of that stuff today. Right now, at like 42 years old, man, Vince Carter is freak, freak of nature. We got the Greek freak, we got the bald freak, Vince freak, Vince Anadik. That's terrible. Number 6, I got his cousin Trace Mcgrady. T Mac not only has some of the coolest shoes, looks cool, but like to be T Mac's height and to have the handle like that, like that literally might be the first guy I saw who was that height and could handle the rock and like just look so fast dribbling the ball. When I was younger, there was no Kevin Durant's like LeBron. He he handles it more now, I think, than he did back then. But like LeBron could handle it back then too, so like I can't even like make it seem like that. But T Mac, like I was too young to see Penny in his heyday handling the rock, so T Mac was my first Penny. I remember I have this funny story. I remember one time I'm a Nuggets fan, always will be a Nuggets fan, and the Nuggets were at the PX when I was a kid, and I happened to be wearing this Trace McGrady Rockets jersey. Like I like the rock jerseys of players I like. You won't ever catch me like a Rockets hat or a Lakers hat or something like that. But I was wearing this Trace McGrady jersey. I didn't know the Nuggets were there. I guess my family did. Nobody wanted to tell me, but they were there. Went through the line. I got a picture with Melo. I got a picture with I can't remember all the guys I got a picture with. I got a picture with Melo. And I got a picture with Kenyon Martin somewhere. And when I walked by, Kenyon Martin was like, "Man, are you wearing a Trace McGrady jersey?" And and like I think my sister like lighted me up like I should probably flip my jersey inside out. And he like pulls my jersey a little bit and looks on the inside. Or like he didn't like look down my shirt or nothing, but like he like pulls it out a little bit and he looks. He's like, "Man, you better have that T Mac jersey flipped inside out." From that moment, I always thought Kenny Martin was so cool. And he was like just a funny dude, but that was a great memory. Just thinking back, T Mac and Kenny Martin will always be linked in my head because of that. He was cool about it too. He didn't like yell at me or nothing. I don't know if that's how it sounded when I was saying it. For number 5, I got Reggie Miller. I kind of explained like what I think about Reggie and my all-time list. Reggie, Reggie, you want a Reggie on your team? Somebody who's annoying and trash talk you like that. Those guys are always the fun ones to watch. Like I'm sure Boston fans like Marcus Smart. I'm a Rams fan, and Jalen Ramsey's just a blast to have. Trash talkers are fun. Reggie, probably the best at it, if not the best, top 3. But going on from Reggie, I got the late great Kobe Bryant. Kobe with the fro, man. That is that that's I don't even know the word to explain it, but that's great, man. Kobe was flying. He looked cool. He had the fro. I remember he was out. I was out here for his second to last game in Denver. I was at the game. I think I had like a Christmas hat on or something. I think it was around Christmas. And Kobe was shooting, right? And I kept trying to yell at him, and like not nothing disrespectful, just something like where he looks over, and he never did, and it made me sad. But at one point, I think he was like shooting free throws or something. Oh no, I think it was when the game started, and he came down and like shot, and like Will Barton like he was guarding him and he missed or something like that. And I was like, Kobe. I said, Kobe. Just kept yelling at him. I said, Kobe, grow back the fro. And he didn't hear me. He just kept doing his thing. But like everybody in my section started dying laughing. And it was just a good memory that Kobe had nothing to like do with. But it was towards Kobe, and it was just a funny moment for everybody in the crowd and me. Well, not everybody in the crowd, everybody in my section. And we just all was laughing. I started talking to people. But it was just it was a fun memory. And he also dropped like 30 points. They won the game. Oh man. Will Barton, he had like 20 points in the first quarter too. And then came out and laid an egg. I even made a joke like, man, Will Barton coming for Kobe's 80. And for him to finish with like probably 27 or something like that. Jeez, that was Kobe locked him up after that. I don't know what it was. But at number 3, we got Allen Iverson. Now I ain't gonna lie, growing up, Allen Iverson was my favorite player of all time. And then like, I don't know, as time went by, I just kind of lowered him down the list a little. He's still in my top 8, so I haven't turned my back on AI. But AI, at the height he was, balling, he like made you believe you could make the NBA. You know? Now granted that sounds kind of harsh, but like to be 6 foot, to have braids, tatted up, could score on the 7-footers. Like if you had tattoos, you had braids, you could think you could make the NBA. Not everybody looks like Steph, you know. Not everybody. Like LeBron has tattoos and stuff, but like LeBron looks like a guy who could get hired on an interview or something. You know what I mean? Like AI. I feel like guys will turn him away just because of the way he looks, but AI said, nah, man, I'm here. I'm going to snatch me an MVP. I'm going to make the finals. And I'm going to inspire the whole league. And 20 years from now, people are going to be wearing sleeves like me. They're going to be tatted like me. They're going to have braids like me and then not have braids. And then some guys will have braids after that. At number 2, I got who I think is the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Well, maybe. You're just making excuses.
Michael Jordan, man. AI made you think you could be in the league. Michael Jordan made you think you couldn't. Michael Jordan, and that might sound bad, but you pay to see things you can't do at home, and Michael Jordan was something you couldn't do. Michael Jordan's a highlight, man. He has like the dopest shoes. When he had the earring, man, jumping from the free throw line. A lot of guys do the free throw line dunk, but nobody like, and I'm including Dr. J in this. Nobody looked cooler doing it. The way he like folded his legs up. I don't know what it was about his free throw line dunk, but it looks the coolest. Zach LaVine's free throw line dunks are like, they look the hardest, but he's like gliding, man. That's it. His is great. I can't diminish anything about Mike. Even if you watch The Last Dance and he's like playing the piano and everybody's just standing around listening to him attempt to play the piano, you ain't leaving. Only Mike is a guy. Only Mike can draw a crowd playing the piano when he can't play the piano, play any songs, and everybody's sitting there like, yep. You go, Mike. That's how good Mike is. But my favorite player, and I hate to say it, but it's not even close. And I know I'm about to get like roasted over this, but it's J.R. Smith, man. Like I said, I'm a Nuggets fan, and I always thought J.R. was better than Carmelo back then. J.R. was athletic, like he had some Vince and Mike in him, man. When it came to dunking it, man, J.R. could get up. He would throw it on you, man. Catch oops. He looked cool with the sleeves and the tattoos. JR is funny. I'd never met J.R. Smith. I was 1 year early before JR got to the team, but I so wish he was there, man. JR is hilarious. You watch those Jimmy Kimmel, Guillermo things when he's at the NBA thing, and JR just seems like a cool dude who will talk to you, man. Like when Guillermo gave him the the list. I mean, not the list, the note. Do you like me? Yes, no. He started laughing, and then like video games plays a big part into like a lot of people's like favoritism, and I was cold with JR. I'm cold with JR right now. I like to play computer a lot because like online I feel like there's a little lag. But if I'm playing my friends or something, man, you ain't stopping me from getting 30 with JR. At least 30, unless your whole game plan is stopping JR. But then I can, score with other guys. Unless JR is literally my only scorer on the team. But JR, he's I love JR Smith, man. I was trying to get a JR Smith jersey on auction on eBay, and this dude swiped it for me at the last minute. I swear to God, not the last minute, the last 2 seconds, he swiped it for me, and oh man, I almost wanted to break my phone because of that. But JR Smith, he's my favorite shooting guard of all time, not even close.